You're here in the right place at the right time. Wherever you are in the world, you're in the right place at the right time. Now, you've got to realize that and realize where you're at. We, in the last year, when we Vic. So back to the right place at the right time, but I'm going to bring Vic out first because he's badass. Now, poor Tony Rush, Vic. You know, as a fair perspective, I know you've been marketing for a long time and you have loyal followers because you're consistent to a lot of things we would talk about. But you know, I wanted to get a couple perspectives because you come from just a dramatically different marketing background, and a lot of other people on here too, except for Shakir's from similar background, different strategies a day, and then you came to our event. And your whole team came. And they were from weird places, you know, like Bulgaria and Russia and China and South America. And, you know, I mean, I think you had somebody from everywhere there. And people just love you. It was a really interesting thing to see because I had never met you before. He'd actually hit me up on Skype and he said, Dave, I'm going to bring a lot of people in. And my brain kind of said, okay, whatever, you know.
Prices is good enough.
You know?
Everybody butchers it, man. Don't worry about it.
I'm actually curious how to say it. I should pay attention one day. So I'm really fascinated both on why you came here, why you're still here, and why you're focusing here, and also on why does so many people get all in who you bring in? Because it's not like, you know, we got people who get all in a lot through Empower Network, and people are always surprised how many people will, yeah, sure.
Yeah, awesome, good stuff. Well, by the way, and attract over 100,000 people in less than 2 years. You don't do that kind of stuff, right? Unless you have something, unless you have the right intention, unless you have something more than, you know, than just a product or compensation plan, right? And so, Dave, why am I here is because of your vision. It is because what you guys want to do with, you know, in this industry. And it totally aligned with what I wanted to do, you know, in the industry, because I was looking for an opportunity. I mean, I was teaching people how to, you know, how to get traffic. People say, Vic, well, what's the, you know, the best traffic method that's out there, and, you know, how to get traffic, how to get conversions. All of this stuff is important, but you know what? Even though, you know, did not have something that they could believe in when they promoted it, right? So here's one golden nugget I'm going to give you guys. The first one, okay? First of many I'm going to drop onto you tonight. First one is this. If you don't believe in what you're doing out there on the internet, guys, if you're promoting stuff right now, and if you're kind of like scattered around, right? You know, you're dipping your hands a little bit with Empower and a little bit with affiliate marketing, a little bit with that company, that, you know, I may be wrong. But this thinking has, you know, created a lifestyle for me that I think most people want to dream about, and not because I'm somebody special, not because I have, you know, I have some magical abilities. No, I started out. Dave, you saw that video, right? I started out living, you know, in an apartment with my wife and I when we got married, and but see, what I wanted for myself is I wanted more than, you know, than I had. Right. And so I think, see what I see, kind of looking back and from, you know, coaching a lot of people and looking back on my personal life, right? If you have that mentality, my friend, you're going to fail. You know, I mean, I'll just tell you straight up, you're going to fail because you have plan B. You're not all in. You're not, subconsciously, you're not 100% focused. Right. See, when I got started, I had to borrow $30,000 to get started. And for me, this wasn't a game. You know, for me, this was not, well, I'm going to give it a try and see how it's going to work. I actually quit my job. I actually bought, in my mind, in my heart of hearts, deep down, I just knew that somehow it's going to work out. And I treat this like a business. Okay. Some of you guys are getting started with this, some of you guys started with Empower Network, and Dave, can I just do a straight talk here question? They say, well, tell me what the secret to success, and you tell them what the secret to success is, and they say, no, tell me something else. I don't want to do that. Tracy, you know what I'm talking about, right? You've been talking about that. And it's like, you just do what I tell you, right? And you will have what I have, folks, okay? We've got 2,000, 3,000, I don't know how many people we got here, right? If you just say whatever is going on now, just kind of put blinders on, right? And focus on this thing. If you want to know a secret to success, okay? Say, Vic, what's the secret? What's the number one thing? I'm going to tell you this. Focus, okay? I want to write this down. Focus. And here's what I mean by focus, right? So when you focus, here's what you need to do. Here's what you need to focus on. First of all, you got to get laser focused on exactly what you want for your life. Okay, so right. So set yourself, and I always tell this. I always teach this to my people and my team, and and even people who private clients. I mean, the first thing is you got to know exactly what you want, and it has to be written down. You have to look at it. You have to see it in front of you. You have to know it. And I just used to drive around those streets, just around those houses, and I was just, I knew that, one day, this is me living in an apartment, but as I'm driving, I would just, every couple of days, every 3 days, 2 to 3 days, I would just, for no reason, look at cars. I would just look at, the Mercedes, the BMWs, and then, $100,000 vehicles and $200,000 vehicles. I was just walking around them, and I would imagine myself, having that vehicle. It was in my mind, it was already a done deal. It was just, and when you do something, you don't get that. Like, I don't remember who said this, but if you don't know where you're going, any road will take. I think Trace, you said this, right? Any road will take you there. So it's very, very true, folks. If you're listening to this, just take note, right? You got to be very, very specific about what you want to accomplish. So next thing, talking about focusing is, like I said, you got to believe you can do it. And listen, you're hearing success story after success story. It's if you just bombard your mind with success stories, right? And stop listening to the naysayers, stop listening to the people at work, stop listening to the people who are going to tell you that you can't do it. Just ignore them, right? Don't spend time with them, and just bombard your mind with success story after success story after success story, right? Listen, subscribe to Success Magazine, right? I would recommend that. I get that magazine. I just read it because there was a bunch of stories of people who were broke, started out with nothing, and achieved tremendous levels of success. And how did they do that kind of stuff, right? I was always fascinated by that stuff. How does one go from being completely broke to, becoming a millionaire, a multi-millionaire in a very short time? What do they do, right? How do they think? And this is more important. It's not, people, you can get rich. What goes on in their mind when they go bankrupt, okay? On their journey, it's gonna pull you, right? When the going gets tough, when you hit some roadblocks, that kind of stuff is gonna allow you to move forward, right? And it's not gonna allow you to quit, because you will have what you call it. You'll have that awareness, right? That the stuff you may be going through, the challenges you might be going through in life right now. Listen, it's not going to be like that, forever for you, right? It's going to change. So, but having a crystal clear outcome is very, very important. So, right now you're with Empower Network, okay, guys. If you get nothing out of this, nothing else out of this, hangout tonight, right? Which I think is going to be very, very difficult to pull off, because there's so many, just golden nuggets being dropped all over the place, golden bombs, right? But here's the deal, folks. Okay, you can make your dreams become reality right here, right? Okay, not only buying all the products, which is important, and why? Because listen, it's a business. You want to make more money, right? You want to make more money, you got to be positioned for success. Just people ask me, Vic, how did you make the kind of money you made with Empower in a very short period of time? Because listen, when I was getting in, to me it was a no-brainer, because I understand that this is a business. This is not a hobby, right? If you're gonna treat this like a hobby, you're gonna dip your hands and just go in for $25 or whatever, And people say, Vic, you don't understand, man. I don't have money. And to those people, I say, listen, it doesn't matter what your situation is. I had to borrow $30,000 to get started, right? So nobody's going to come to me and nobody's going to tell me, Vic, you don't understand my situation. Because my situation was, I dug myself a hole, $30,000 to get started, right? Wasted through 20 of it and had absolutely zero money coming in. And I had to make a decision. Do I pursue my dream, or do I go back to find another job, or do I go and hop to something else? And you know what? I was laser focused. I did not switch companies. I did not switch companies at that time, right? But I seeked out, I deliberately started to, I got myself a mentor, which, heck, you're over here, you got mentors right here. Just look at the panel, right? Go to the 15K formula. I mean, just the information you get here. I used to pay thousands, tens of thousands of dollars for the same information that is being taught right here in Power Network. Okay, so it's not like you have to pay, $500 an hour to some mentor to coach you on this kind of stuff, because this is what I had to do in the beginning. I actually had to pay a guy $500 per hour to coach me on the stuff that you guys learn in the Power Network, 15K formula, right? Dave, the Masters Retreat, man, that thing is off the hook, brother. I mean, it's if somebody is not willing to take their resources, their time, and just study that material, you don't care what's going on the outside. Okay, you get focused. When you see people making money, there's absolutely no reason you can't do the same. Make sense? So positioning yourself for success is very, very important. And the reason, Dave, one of your questions was how is that I believe that a lot of people are going all in, is because if you have that conviction inside of you, okay. When I talk to my team members, when I talk to my family members, my sister got involved, right? And when I talk to people, I just tell them to go all in. That's it. Just go all in. Okay. If you cannot afford to go all in right away, get all in as soon as possible. Okay. Borrow the money, put it on the credit card, go all in. A couple of things is going to happen. Number one, you're going to position yourself for making a lot more money. Okay. Doing basically the same amount of work. Okay. But second thing what's going to happen is you're going to have a lot more, how do I put this? You're going to have that something that you have invested, you know what I mean? You're going to have a lot of skin in the game, right? So you'll have to take this thing seriously. If you only put in $25 or $125, and you're going to see how it's going to work out, you're not vested enough. You know what I mean? You haven't invested enough to really pull this. When you hit your first roadblock, you're gonna quit. Okay, but I believe if you go all in, right, you will make it work, because you're gonna start listening to people who are doing it. You're gonna go through knowledge. Okay, but you gotta take the time to go through the information, right? So think about it. People go to school to become a lawyer or a doctor or some kind of professional, and they spend, like doctors, 10 years of their life, to become a doctor. Do you have is there a guarantee you're gonna be a doctor after 10 years? No. Right? You just get the knowledge to become a doctor, and then you have to go through the practice, and then you have to work your butt off and hopefully become a doctor, right? What we have here, what you guys and I, what we have here is the opportunity that is the best in the world. There is no other industry. There is nothing else in the world, folks. There is nothing else in the world that's legal, right, that can allow you to create the kind of money that you want to create, like you can here with online marketing, right, and Power Network. It's it's amazing. Right now what my motivation is not so much the money. The money is great, but once you hit a certain level, I'd say once you are when you get yourself to about $200,000 a year in income, money becomes a secondary thing for you. It's nice, it becomes a game, and then it becomes okay. How much more can I make, right? How can I tweak my promotion, and let's see what's going to happen, right? It becomes a game, so it becomes fun, right? But you got to get yourself there. How do you get yourself there? Is by being focused, by being positioned to make a lot of money, right? When you do that, it becomes when you talk to people. See, here's another thing I'm going to tell you guys. If you're not positioned, if you're not all in, okay, your people will do exactly what you do. Have you ever thought about that? It's like, you got to lead by example. And this goes on for every area of your life. You know, if you can't, you know, you can't be, you know, fat and teach somebody how to be skinny, or tell, you know, people how to lose weight. It just doesn't work, right? You can't be broke and try to teach people how to make money, right? It's not going to happen. A lot of you guys starting out, you know, a lot of you guys are, you know, if you are not making money or making little money right now, right, you're on your way. What you do is you leverage success stories of Empower Network, okay? If that guy did it, you can do it. If that guy did it, don't talk about your struggles, okay? Dave, you said this once, I heard you, brother, and it was brilliant, man. Don't talk about your struggles when you're struggling, okay? Talk about your struggles after you have overcome them or overcame them, right? But you got to leverage your teams. You know, if you're part of a team and you guys have success stories, leverage that. Okay, talk about that. Talk about success. Don't talk about struggles. People don't want to join you if you're struggling. Okay, but if you're a part of a team, if you're a part of a team like Empower Network, man, we got 100,000 people. How many, you know, millionaires created in the first, you know, year and a half or something like that? How many people are earning over $100,000, you know, a year with Empower Network? Well, in Austin, if you know, for those of you guys who have been in Austin, you've witnessed it, right? A stage full of people who, you know, who were earning at least $100,000 a year with Empower Network. Show me another company. Show me another company where, you know, they can have 4,000 people in the room and 98% or 95% of people in the room actually making money, okay? But here's what makes, here's the difference between people who are really making it versus those who are just so-so, okay? If you really want to make money with this, in this game, folks, you got to become the student of the business. You got to become the student of the game. You got to be positioned for success, and you have to take in the information. Don't just buy the product just to be able to resell it. Go through the information, get the knowledge, and then teach the stuff that you're already learning, right? Teach it and pass it on to your subscriber. Put good, more positive information into your mind, okay? And not only put that information and keep it there, you want to put that information in your mind, and you have to share it with others. When you do that, folks, it's actually very easy to become the top 2%ers in this industry. It's actually very easy, okay, to be at the top in this industry, because everybody on the bottom, the 98%ers, they're not making money. Okay, I actually surveyed subscribers from my list and from other people's lists, just subscribers, okay, not customers. And something like 91.6% of people, this is surveying thousands of people, like 4,000 or 5,000 people, 91.6% are making $0 online. Zero. Okay, crazy. Why? Because they're not willing to do what the top 2%ers are doing, right? They're not willing to do that kind of stuff. So what do the top 2%ers are doing, and how can you elevate yourself? It's actually very easy. Make it a habit to read every single day. And you guys heard other leaders saying this, okay? I'm going to confirm that. I'm going to concur that. I'm going to tell you that reading is critical. I mean, it's critical to your success. If you're not willing to take 30 minutes a day to just read, and what do? You read stuff that's going to inspire you. You read stuff that's going to help you become a better person. Okay, you read good positive stuff. There's a bunch of stuff you can. I mean, we already shared a bunch of this stuff already, right? So you read, right? You surround yourself with people. You get information, right? You apply information, and you share information with others. Okay, if you do that, you will raise yourself above the competition. You will raise yourself above the crowd, and people will start looking at you differently. Okay, when that happens, life becomes absolutely, life transforms for you like night and day. Okay, you won't believe the kind of transformation that you can have when you do this kind of stuff. Because all of a sudden, people will want to be a part of what you're doing. Okay, and so when you're building your business with Empower Network, you know, you'll be able to tell people, look them in the eye through the webcam, or you know, at the event or whatever, or just talking to one-on-one with them, right? You will have that certainty, you will have the conviction, you will have that credibility that, you know what, whatever you tell them to do is what you're doing yourself, okay? When you are at that level, when you're at that point, folks, making money becomes easy, okay? It becomes easy. So, I mean, there's Dave, I can talk about a bunch of stuff, man. Why am I here? Because of Empower's vision of where you guys want to go. You know, where you guys are taking the company, and really what you guys want to accomplish in the world. I mean, this is awesome. I mean, I feel privileged and just, you know, excited and you know, fired up, man. I'm pumped to be a part of Empower Network. I think it's a movement. I think what we have here is something very, very special. I think we're going to be around for a very, very long time. And I think that, this is just getting started. It's incredible to think what's going to happen in the next year. Right now, what my motivation is, hey, it's not about me making more money. It's about helping my team members make more money, right? Dave, I don't know if I told you this, but I just got a text from one of my members who just joined us like 2.5 months ago, maybe like 3 months right now. And he's like, Vic, dude, I just made $70,000 in less than 90 days with Empower Network, and I'm quitting my job. Today was my last day at my work, okay? And this guy was trying to make money for like 7 years online, okay? And never made money. Okay, and it's getting those text messages, it's getting people, cheering up and just being all excited, saying, hey, I just got my first sale today. I just got my first, masters, or I just got my first all-in today. Like I was talking to one of my team members today, and he's like, Vic, I just got a all-in sign up today, and the guy made like $4,600. One sign up, $4,600. You can't do that. You cannot do that if you're not positioned yourself, right? So people are looking at stuff and they're like, I want to make more money, but then you tell them that you need to position yourself. You gotta read, you gotta go through the trainings, you gotta implement the information, and you gotta share it with others, right? The last part, I don't want to scare you guys here, right? If you don't want to share it, don't, right? Get yourself, apply the information for yourself first, okay? Apply what you learn in 15K formula, actually do it, okay? If you want to become a leader, you will make a lot more money, okay? But you cannot become a leader unless you be a good follower first. You got to be a very good follower first. Do what your sponsor tells you, okay? If your sponsor is not all in, look up to his sponsor, okay? You got to find committed and who's making the kind of money you want to make. And listen, even if you have to go all the way up to the founders of Empower, to Dave and Dave, these guys want you to succeed, okay? These guys have the right intention. They have the heart, and they want you to succeed, okay? I am totally confident and comfortable, bringing my team over here into this family. I have no problem, and I actually, I'm being a little pushy with my guys, to tell them to go to events. And I'm like, guys, just get to the event, okay? We have a Chicago event coming up next week. I'll be there, right? All of the leaders, everybody who's on this panel is going to be there. Do they have to be there? No, they're making money. They can be hanging out. They can be doing whatever. But we're going to be there. Why? Because I want to get one more nugget. Okay, I want to surround myself with guys like David Wood, David Sharp, and Tony Rush, and Aaron Rashkin, and Chris Recker, and Justin, and Tracy. I want to be around those people, right? I want to be around people who are. I want to be around 5,000 people who are like-minded, right? Who are moving in one direction, because something is going to click, something is going to happen, and you're going to come out, you're going to be motivated. You're going to feel like you're going to be on cloud 9 after coming out from that event, right? Austin event was my first event with Empower, and I knew it was going to be awesome, but it blew me away. It blew my mind. And what I really saw was I really saw the vision for the company and really what this is all about. What Empower Network really is all about. And listen, I'm going to be here, as long as you guys are going to be here. And my focus, guys, last I'm going to leave you with this. I'm not dipping my hands into anything else. Okay, I'm not doing Empower and then promoting ClickBank products. I'm not doing that. Okay, I'm not promoting Empower and then there's another thing that I'm doing on the side. No, I'm not doing that. Okay, I'm focusing on Empower Network. Okay, and so my 100% focus is Empower Network, and I want to build my team. Okay, I want to build this business. I want to do stuff that's gonna people that are coming behind me, right? I'm doing this for them, not for me necessarily. I'm doing this for them. Okay, and so it's the greatest thing in the world when you have your team members becoming successful. When you have your team making money, man, it just fires you up, man. It's an awesome feeling. When you go to an event and you have people surrounding you and then saying, hey, I just made $20,000. I mean, we got people who are just in the last 90 days, some of them are making $20,000 per month already, folks. It's ridiculous. I've never seen it. I've been around the industry for about 8 years now. I've been a part of different programs, different systems, promoted different stuff. I've never seen any other deal, any other company where people would have as much success as quickly as with Empower Network. Okay, and so that speaks volumes, and it's incredible. Brother Dave, I don't know if you want me, I don't know, any other questions, man, but it's just, I can talk about this stuff all night here, guys. But I don't, we got other people that I want to listen to.
Awesome, man. I mean, it's just fun listening to success. I've been sitting here and I sit here and it's funny because, Tracy was quoting something.